The IS-2, an icon of Soviet heavy armor. Designed to counter Germany's most formidable tanks, it became a crucial part of the Red Army's final push into Nazi-occupied territory. But how does this beast perform in War Thunder? Today we'll explore its history, analyze its strengths and weaknesses, and dominate the battlefield with one of the most powerful tanks of World War II. To understand the IS-2, we have to go back to the early days of the Soviet heavy tank development. In the early 1940s, the Red Army relied on the KV series tanks with thick armor but relatively underwhelming firepower. While the KV-1 was nearly impervious to early German anti-tank weapons, the emergence of the Panzer IV F2, Panther and Tiger I changed the game. With the appearance of the Tiger I in 1942, Soviet forces faced a major challenge. The standard 76.2mm guns on the T-34 and KV-1 struggled to penetrate the Tiger's thick frontal armor. Even the latter 85mm armed T-34-85 was only a partial solution. The Red Army needed something stronger. The first attempt to solve this issue was the IS-1, also known as Object 237. It was a heavily armored tank based on the KV-13 prototype, but armed with the same 85mm gun as the upgraded T-34. While this improved firepower, it still wasn't enough to reliably defeat the Tiger I at long range. Soviet engineers then turned to a much larger gun, the 122mm D-25T. Originally an artillery piece, it was adopted for tank use and proved devastating in trials. Unlike German tank guns, which relied on high-velocity rounds for penetration, the IS-2 122mm gun used sheer kinetic force to shatter armor. Tests showed that it could penetrate the Tiger I's frontal armor at over 1,000 meters. For a detailed breakdown of how the IS-2 compared to the Tiger and Panthers, I highly recommend checking out Military History Visualized. He does a great analysis of the IS-2 and goes into great depths on its strengths and weaknesses against German armor. The first production model, the IS-2 1943, featured a rounded frontal plate but had weak spots that enemy gunners could exploit. This was improved in the IS-2 1944, which adopted a sloped front plate to deflect incoming shells more effectively, and also the additional change to the driver's viewport. By the time it entered full service, the IS-2 became a slight nightmare for the German tankers. The IS-2's real test came in the battles of 1944 and 1945, where it spearheaded Soviet advances into occupied territory. One thing we need to understand is that the IS-2 was not designed specifically as a tank versus tank type of tank. It was actually designed for breakthrough reasons and for breakthrough strategies. During the Battle of Berlin, entire IS-2 regiments were deployed to break through German defenses. While it was slow to reload, each shell could knock out a Panther or Tiger with a single shot. Alright, now let's see how this legend performs in War Thunder. The 122mm cannon is an absolute powerhouse, but that reload time is brutal. That's how we roll.
I'll probably do better once you get the BR-47 471D round. It has 230 moles of pen.
Nice ping. The tank, I ping. Two. Ah, I'm dead. It's two.
I got the one.
There were two.
I killed the one already.
You killed the Austrian as well.
Because of the slow reload, it's best to play the IS-2 using a shoot and scoot tactic. Fire your shot, get back into cover and reload before exposing yourself again. There's something also you have to keep into consideration, and that is when it comes to timing your reloads actually. So once you take that shot, get back, you know you're going to take a bit of time to reload, and then engage again. Whoa! Check at that, boys!
What did you do?
You have... The 1944 model's sloped armor is much stronger than the earlier version, making it great for frontal engagements, and yes, it can take a hit or two. Wait for it. My load is out, but it doesn't matter. This is where the IS-2 truly shines. We had a great position on the map, got really aggressive, and also delivered the results. Well, a lot of kills for the IS-2 of course there, and definitely it showed its worth. The IS-2 remains one of the most iconic heavy tanks of World War II. With a gun capable of obliterating any enemy tank, its great frontal armor in the later models, and also, unfortunately, its painfully slow reload, it requires skill and patience to use effectively. In War Thunder, it rewards players who master positioning and shot placement. What do you think of the IS-2? Is it one of your favorite tanks in War Thunder? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more epic tank content. Good night.